Hey folks, it's Ridgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19. It's a little bit cloudy this morning, so we're probably just going to jump forward time a little bit before we start doing too much. We've got a few eggs up here, we've got a few eggs over in the other one, and we've got 210 chickens in each pen. We bought 200 chickens in each pen. We're currently minus 13,000, so we're going to have to do something about that. We've got our fields are now currently covered in weeds, but we're going to want to do some planting. And from what I've seen, probably the most efficient use of land is planting either beans or canola. They give similar kinds of yields, so you don't. They're not like going to. It's not going to cause us any major problems if we do one or the other. They do give similar kinds of yields. We have done a crop of beans, so maybe we'll do some canola this time, and we can alternate between the two. Although we've still got beans there, and I think beans give ever so slightly more. The overall yields don't appear to be vastly different, not really. Now, we've got a load of weeds in the field. The smaller field, we're going to plant wheat in that field so that we've got more food for our chickens. But the bigger field, I was going to do one of the... Oops, actually, that's fine. We won't worry too much about that. The bigger field, I was going to go and plant one of these other crops. So we've got our very narrow seed drill right here, which I'm going to grab hold of right now. We've got beans ready for planting in that one, so I could always do the beans. No. We'll do wheat in this field right here. And we'll start up here like this. I'll go right on to this side right here, and I'm just going to press H. I'm going to let the hired help do the entire field. I'm not going to worry myself about it. Not even a little bit. So that one will carry on up there. It should get rid of those weeds. Whether or not it will actually get rid of all the weeds in the field by the end of it, I don't really know. It's more a sort of wait and see, I guess. We'll have to wait. Yeah, we will just wait and see. I'm also not going to worry too much about when the crop comes ripe, so we will do a bit of fast forwarding in time, because I have finally, at long last, gone and gotten the groom mod. So at the moment, our horses are not fully ridden. We've got those down there, but we've got these horses down here. They are not fully ridden at the moment. Now, we've got plenty of food for them. Food is not an issue. We've got plenty of that, but what we don't have, so we got Tech Lime there. Tyree is nearly ready to sell. But what I did say was I was thinking we could do a horse every day, but now I'm thinking, well, actually, just getting a separate horse every single day is going to either mean selling it from there and not sort of gaining a... You know, we do end up losing from that. I'm just going to go and have a look. We'll unload that one there a minute. As soon as that's all gone in. And let that one lower back down again. There we go. Right. And I will go to you. And I'm going to have a look over here, because what selling the horse every day is going to do... We go to there, and then I do that. Right, I go to you, and I say, move, fee. Oh! The fee is only $300. I genuinely thought the fee would be a lot more than that. Right, I really did think that the fee would be an awful lot more than just $300. And... as it is only $300, that might be something that's worth considering, because there's only one place that we can sell the animals on the map anyway, and that is up at the animal dealer. We can't go and take the animals anywhere else. You don't have multiple sell points for going to sell the animals, which is something that I don't particularly like. I would prefer there to be like more options for animals, but I mean that's how it is. So that's what we'll get. It was one of the things I was kind of hoping with this iteration of the game, was that we would have new options come in. We've got that one right there. you can't use these. You can only use the horse box right here for the horses, and that's 2 pieces there. 16,000. We can carry 2 horses at a time, and that will save us $600 in a trip, or $600 per horse. The time you buy them, and then you go back and you bring them back again. I'm not sure it's worth it. I'd rather just pay the $300. Now, if they would, if that price was a lot higher, then yeah, it would be worth messing around with the horse box and so on. But I just don't think it's worth it. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go. Tyree's not fully ready to go yet, but I'm going to sell him anyway. Tech Lime there, he's only about halfway, but Tyree, he's 80% done. He's 40 grand, and that is a big chunk of money. So I'm going to move that one over like that. We lose $300 for the fee, and that gives us $39,000. Now, we're on 30 minus $13,000. So I'm going to confirm that. We have sold Tyree. Tyree is now gone. We only have Tech Lime in here all on his lonesome at the moment. No, I don't want to do that. I want to do that. So we're going to buy in some new ones. We had one of those, so we will buy a Palomino. There's 1, and a Chestnut is 2, and a Bay is 3. That makes 15,900, and then a Black makes 21,200, and a Seal Brown or a Dun. We'll go for the Seal Brown. That makes 26,500. It's going to leave us with $22. Confirm. Right. So we've got a whole load of new horses, which means that we're going to need a whole load of other stuff in the horse pen as well in order to be able to keep up with them. We've got the horse paddock right down there. Yeah, so now we need to load more water, we need to load more straw, we need oats, we need hay in here. We do have all of this, but we got to get the rest of it in here. So the next thing that I want to do is I need to start going through my list. So I'm going to go right here and, yeah, rename. Let me just get my great book of names, the Named Frith Guardians. It doesn't appear on the website. They're in alphabetical order, but I'm going to put these in for now in the order that they appear in my book. So let me just type in a few of these names. Right, so the new additions to the horse pen are Windwalker, Michael, Jamie, Dante, and Patrick. They're going to stay here until such time as they are ready to sell. And we'll also get more when we can actually afford them. So at the moment, our horse pen, it doesn't tell us if the horse pen is at maximum, does it? It's not telling us that the horse paddock is at maximum. So it's not saying whether or not I can get any more in here. Because if I just click on the horse paddock there, it doesn't. It gives pen information, but it doesn't tell me if it's actually full. I got to go in here in order to see that. And that, I don't know, that doesn't seem, that seems a bit counterintuitive, really, doesn't it? But we can put 8 horses in this one. You can have 16 in that one over there. But yeah, we can have 8 horses in this paddock. And we currently have, I'm not sure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 6 in here. So I do have room for 2 more horses when we get a little bit more cash for it. We don't have the cash for it at the moment. So next on our list, I've got... Right, you're still busy. Yeah, you're busy working. And you're doing a wonderful job. You're planting wheat in there. Then we've got this one over here. And we're going to want some oats to go in for our horses. We've got 11,000 litres of oats right there. So if I grab some oats a minute, we'll come spin round this side. We'll grab the oats that we can get, and we're going to tip those in. And this is also going to tell us what we have to go and plant in... Oops. Okay, I didn't want to take wheat. This will also tell us what we want to plant in that field over there, because if we're using up all the 11,000 litres of oats, we could very well need to get some more oats growing, in which case we'll put oats up in that field over there. We've got... Hang on. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Hidden all the way over there. Let him go up there and carry on with his planting. Yeah, you're doing a wonderful job, man. You're doing a wonderful job. So we go like that, and then we go barley, and we go oats, and then start. That's more like it. Right. Load up 11,000 litres of oats, sorry. And we'll take this over round to the horses. Then we need to get the water, and we can put water in for the sheep at the same time. We'll just check and see how much water they need. The horses are going to need straw as well. Going to have to make sure we fill that one up properly. So the oats, that one comes over here on this side over here. I'll back that one. Ooh, easy. Back wheels are spinning quite a bit there. Bring you... Why aren't I getting... It didn't come up with the thing to say you can tip here if you want to. That's all of the oats gone in. This is a bit more concerning, isn't it? Definitely a bit more concerning. Why does it do that, right? I scroll down through. Oh, it's because of that one. Right. Oats... Right, we're going to have to plant oats in the big field. We're going to need the oats. We're definitely going to need oats. So we're going to take this trailer off. The next thing we want is water. We're also going to want a whole load of straw bedding in there as well. Actually, I might do the straw bedding next. I'll just dump this trailer off a second. That one I can bring up here. It's very laggy at the moment. I guess this... I think it's because it's turned. The hired help is turning up at the top. Switch that one over there. Right, so we can leave the Joski in there. Bring you round. Don't run Cerberus over. The last thing we want to do is squash poor Cerberus. He does not deserve it. He's done nothing to deserve that kind of treatment. So let's be a little bit careful with him, poor chap. We'll put the bucket down here. Like that. There. Right, now we can go and get this one over here. We will unload this little bit of straw, and then we'll get another bale and we'll put in here. We can put square bales in here as well, I've been told. I didn't realise that we could put square bales in as well. So we'll load that one onto there. We'll lift that one up. Like that. And I think... How do we run this one? Oh, start overloading. There. There we go. Overload like that. That overloads a treat, that one does. Look at that. Loads of new horses. Lots of overloading. They don't care, do they? They don't care. Right through the middle of it. I like the way that this overloader does work. The way that it unrolls the bale like it's supposed to. It looks quite realistic with it. Straw. Wow. Okay, so we don't need very much straw at all for the horses. They really don't need very much straw at all. We'll lower that one down there. Just lift it up a little tiny bit. And then I want to switch to the end one, and I want to unhitch that. Back it out like that. So then I've got the bale spike. This is what I got wrong last time. When I was trying to use this one previously, this is the bit that I got wrong. Really does, that seed drill really does make things quite laggy when it's turning round and sort of setting up. It really does make things quite laggy. As soon as he's turned round and he's off again, it's alright. We don't get that lag coming back. But it really is making it quite laggy working. I don't know if it's just that seed drill or it's just the hired help with seed drills in general. I don't think it's seed drills in general. I think it is the... Now, this one here, we can also move this one round and we can load it from the side. We can hitch it up from the side. Bring that one down there. Look, there. So now I've got this one side-mounted, which I actually prefer. So I'll do that. I prefer this one being side-mounted. That's quite cool, that is. It certainly makes it a lot easier to see what you're doing if you've got it that way round. I think this would be the way round that we will keep it running in future. So we'll just fill that one up there, and so we've put in another few thousand litres. I'll lower you back down again. Just lift you up a bit there. Right, and I want to change that one to there. Right. So we can leave that one there. We've now got straw, and we've got... oats have gone in. Plant prosperity, so 10 acres. Nice. Another achievement done. Sheep. over here with water. They're pretty good for water. They're pretty good for grass as well. We do have the little heap of grass up here that we probably want to do something with at some point. I'm just going to grab the water. We did... Oh, no, the bale of grass that was kicking around here for absolutely ages. I ended up wrapping that one up, didn't I? And then we sold it and made a fortune. Let me unload a bit of water there for the sheep. They'll take what they need, and then we can come on around here. We need to get that wool up there shifted so that we can do something else with that. I'm thinking that my idea of getting a skid steer loader here on the farm is actually a really good one, because it's so much easier dealing with pallets with a little skid steer than it is with the front loader on the tractor. So much easier. It makes such a huge difference. Right, why aren't you loading? I'm pressing R. Have I got it in the wrong place? Does it not work anymore? Have I broken it by landscaping next to it? Oops. You should just be able to press R and... Right. Press R to start filling. I'm pressing R for R. And it's not filling. I'm pressing the button, it's not doing it. I don't understand. Why aren't you doing it? It's very bizarre. I wonder if it's anything to do with that trailer. I wonder if that trailer is actually... these trailers here, I wonder if they're affecting that. I've got the wood chips in here. Let me just move these over a bit. We'll stash them up this side. Out the way. We'll be coming back to these. We will be using these again, which is why I'm keeping them here. So I'll put you over there. Stop you there a minute. And then we'll carry on. So I've got that one there. I don't know what you've been turning around. Have I left a tree stump up there? That's why you're not turning properly. I could well have done. We've left a load of it down the bottom end as well, by the look of it. Yeah, that is very... Oh, yeah, there is. There's a stump right there at the top, and he doesn't like it. Okay, now. No, he's still not filling. Put you to there. I've got the right tool selected. Press R to start filling. Why aren't you filling up? I don't get it. Maybe I've got to go and empty it out completely. But it's telling me to do it. It's telling me to press R to start filling, but it's not allowing me to fill from there. And I really don't understand. I can overload the water, and I can put the water in for the horses without any problems at all. But it's not allowing me to refill from the tank up there. I haven't got to go and place another one down or anything, have I? We're getting the lag again from our worker. Let me just bring that back up here a minute, and... No. That is really strange. Why aren't you allowing me to do this? There's one other option that I can think of. Just at the moment. Unless it... It might be to do with the landscaping. It might be that. It's definitely not that. I can press I. No, it's not having it. I've tried a number of different things. I'm assuming it's a mod conflict or something. I'm not really sure, unless it's to do with where the ground was leveled off and that's done it. But it's absolutely not loading. It comes up there with R to reload. Look, we changed the tanker, so we've got the actual tanker selected. We go up. I press R. Start filling. I'm pressing and holding it. I'm pressing it. I'm thumping it. Nothing. Alright, it's absolutely... It is not working. It will not overload into that trailer. I'm pressing I. I'm pressing force unload. It's not doing that either. So I've got nothing. I've no idea why that one is not loading up, but it is not loading up. Not a clue. There's something definitely broken on that, so we'll have to investigate that some other time. I did just do a quick search. I haven't been able to find anything other than some other people reporting exactly the same thing from before Christmas. But I haven't seen, there's no posts or anything suggesting any kind of fix or anything like that. So I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea, but it would appear that that particular little bit is broken. Now, what I'm going to do is, we're still planting our wheat in this field. I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to see if I can start doing some of the planting from this side. I go right to there, and I will press H on that bit, and we'll just see how he gets on. He's going to leave a big bit on the corner, isn't he? And then he's going to come round and he's going to do a bit more. But he's not going to be particularly useful on this, I don't think. We'll see. Right. Well, we'll let that one carry on and do what he's going to do. So, water, we can't do anything with the water. I tried unmapping it and then remapping it. Gamepad controls, I don't have anything on here anyway, in order to be able to operate that one. Hang on, what was it on here? Not gamepad, keyboard controls. Right there, it is activate object. There. Let me try that. Activate object. Have I got a button I can... Hang on a minute. I've tried one other button off of the keyboard. Maybe something's happening on the keyboard that I'm unaware of that is conflicted with a mod. Nope. Nope. It's absolutely not interested at all. The interesting to note that the bug that was reported was that you buy the water trailer and then the first time it will load, but then after that it won't load. Now, we've already loaded it a few times. We've loaded that one up and emptied it out a couple of times, so I don't know why it's now suddenly started doing this. I reckon it's something to do with one of the other mods that we've got. It could very well be the Groom mod, because we've only just got the Groom mod in, and that's the only difference that we've got now. It could be one of several others, because we have added several mods, actually, now that we think about it. We've added in quite a few different mods since we last went and filled that water trailer. So, it could actually be any one of a number of different reasons. Let's balance these bales of hay very carefully and run them down here. Bring that one up just a little bit. Easy does it. I don't want to overdo it running around here. I did manage to get a little bit of water in for the horses. Hopefully that'll keep them going for a bit. That one there, and then take the bale spike out, and that goes in as well. So we have got in for our horses. You've got to scroll down, haven't you? We're all right. We're all right. You know, water and everything, we're okay for a couple of days. So we're going to be okay with that. It's not going to cause us any major issues. We want to move the wool off of the sheep pen up here a minute. We just want to scoot this out the way. And you're still yeah, I'm not worried about the planting. I'm not worried about that. It's going to end up sort of causing us some issues, I think, at some point. Well, no, actually, I don't think it will. It should just carry on and go. Right, let's just shunt you over that way, out of the way. Bale spike and all. There. Right, that one's out of the way. That means that we've got 1 and a bit pallets right there. And that one's going. So I'm going to start fast-forwarding time now. We're just going to start going faster. We've got the Ponzi Scorpion up there still, which we will be using in order to gain a little bit more money at some point. I'm just not quite sure when I'm planning to use it. I don't want to get rid of it yet, because it does cost a lot of money to actually go and lease the thing from scratch, whereas if you've got it and you just hold on to it, it costs a lot less money. Obviously, it does still cost money. It is still an expensive proposition to keep hold of it for any period of time. But, yeah, we'll bring it in here, and we'll worry about using it a little bit later on, because there's other things I want to do at the moment. How much land have I got over that side? That's the other thing. Oh, no, we own all of that. All of that chunk there is ours. So all of these trees in here, these are all ours anyway. At least we got that bit going for us. You down here, the weeds are now coming up again. The weeds are coming up pretty fast on that too. I'm thinking maybe we should stop the fast forwarding of time just until we get... Well, no, we don't need to. We can let it keep fast forwarding time. But what I will do is I'll get this one. I'll take the bale spike off and we'll go and get the sprayer on, and then we can spray the weeds off. That'd be our bet. That's got to be our next sort of course of action. Get rid of all of these weeds everywhere. So we'll drop you down there and unload you like that. We've got time ticking away quite quickly here. And I'm thinking that... I mean, this is a good thing. I do want the time to tick away fairly quickly. But at the same time, we don't want the fields too messed up. We don't want, like, the crop to be too spread apart with the planting season. So we can let him carry on doing what he's doing up there. And we'll also get the sprayer in. This should, I'm hoping, spray off not only the new crop, but also spray off all the old weeds as well. It should help us out with that quite a bit. So let's start that one there. Right. I can run round with this one while that one's still doing its planting, and it should... I don't know if it's going to act as a preventative over the bits that have already been planted and have now got... well, don't actually have any weeds coming through. That's the only thing that might behave a little bit peculiar on this. We'll have to wait and see. I'll bring that one up through. I think we'll wait and we'll get to about 3 o'clock and then we'll slow time down again. We've almost finished doing the planting, so it's not going to hurt just to slow it down just for that little bit. I'm going to bring this one down. I'm going to come down this side. Oh, there we go. Now it gets much more difficult to actually see what I'm doing now. So we'll slow that one. I said 3 o'clock. Yeah, that's fine. We'll slow it down like that. We're not going to damage the crop either with this particular set of wheels on because it's only the first stage. And so long as we keep it in the first stage, it should be alright. So I'll bring... Oh, I've run out. That's why it did it. I wonder why we suddenly started going faster. It's just because we've run out of spray. So we've got a great big thing of spray down here that we brought down from the shop. It's got 3,000 litres of herbicide on board. So if I go up beside that one... One thing I really like about this sprayer, look. Back that one up there. I'll bring you over to here, look. Right there. And then start... Overloading works on that one. Look at the little dial on the side. Can you see that one going up? It's going up and up and up and up and up. All the way up. And that one's completely full. And then you've got another dial on the other side that has dropped all the way down to the bottom. So there's 2 dials on there that's sort of telling you where it's full and where it's not. And I really do quite like that. It is a very cool little thing. It's a little additional feature that it's got into it. Now the next bit, of course, is making sure that we get all the spray put on. So let's just bring you over to there. I'll stop you for a minute. And then I want to switch over to... I should have gone the other way. Switch over to this one. We're going to get a wider seed drill. We're going to need a wider seed drill sometime fairly soon, just because it's going to be so much faster than what this one is. So let me just stop you there a second, and I'll bring you round like this. There. I can't go and get a bigger one at the moment. I don't have the money for it. So that's on my to-do list, but it's not something that I can do at the moment. I'll bring you up there like that, and then probably want to just... Actually, I can stop. I can spin round. If I stop and spin round on this one, like this. We've got grass growing there, so we'll be able to get a few more bales off of that. We got, like, what was it, 8 bales off of that? 8, 9 bales, maybe a bit more. And... No, hang on. No, we got more than that, didn't we? We had, like... Didn't we have nearly 16 bales? No. That was the straw bales, wasn't it? I think it was like 8 bales that we had off of that little field. And I was quite surprised. I got to be honest, I was surprised at just how many bales we did manage to get. I remember being surprised about it. Now, I know I'm busy going over the young seed at the moment, and I'm re-drilling some of the young seed up there. That's not going to affect it. That's not actually going to have an overall impact on the field, or the yield, I'm hoping. Bring you back round over here. It might end up like double fertilizing a bit, but again, that's not going to matter. I'll bring you round there. That's most of this field now planted. Most of it. Oh, that is actually is all of that section done. So now I can come over here and I can do this little section right here and just get this bit out. And then once I've done that, we've got a couple strips up through. This little bit of wheat is then done, and we've got wheat for the chickens. Then we want to go up and we've got to get started on the big field. That's going to be for the horses for the oats. That's going to take a bit longer. We haven't got like a quick, ready, easy source of money though, so we're not going to be able to like go racing up there. I was just thinking maybe we could like go back and exchange the drill for a bigger one, but we don't have money, and we don't have well, we don't have anything available for it at the moment, so we're going to have to leave it this time, and we'll have to go back and get money and everything another time, and then we can upgrade our drill. It'd be very cool if we could. I very much would like to upgrade our drill so that we can go and plant a lot faster. I'm thinking that the horse drill would be a little bit too big. You know the horse Pronto, the 9-meter one? That's probably a little bit too big. I don't think these tractors would cope with it, but the Valtra, the 6-meter drill, it's actually exactly the same one that I'm using in the time-lapse series, but there's a reason that I keep going back to that one in the time-lapse series over and over and over again, because it's like the perfect drill. It's just, I've missed a tiny little bit right there. It's the perfect drill. It's just the right size. It's a bit of a nuisance. It's a direct drill, which makes it very easy. It's a little bit of a nuisance that we don't have the ability to do fertilizer at the same time. But it's such a minor detail. It really is. It's nothing to go over with the fertilizer spinner and quickly throw out a load of fertilizer. This one does speed, it eliminates one of those stages. But again, I don't think it doesn't make that massive amount of a difference, does it? It's beneficial, certainly, being able to do that. But I don't think it's kind of the be-all and end-all of everything. Now, we got one tiny little patch there that didn't get done, and that is because we got one stump right there that was just in the way. So I'm just going to take off the hired help there a second, and I'm actually tempted just to leave this. But time we faff around with this and mess around with it and get this little bit drilled, we could be done, gone, and moving on to pastures new. Skipping the night. I want to skip one night before we finish up this episode, just so that we can see the groom mod in action. If anybody has any suggestions as to what to do about that water trailer, I'm all ears, because I don't know. I will go and try and search that one up. I don't really know where that's going to come from, but we've got several days. Well, I've got a couple days to try and find a solution before I record Monday's episode. And you guys will have lots more days, because you're not going to actually... Well, you'll see Monday's episode. I may have found a solution by then. Otherwise, it'll be next week sometime. Because we start Boulder Canyon tomorrow. We actually start it tomorrow. And I've just gone and had a bit more of a look at the map and sort of looked at where I'm going to start and how I'm going to do it. You start off on the map owning a house, but, well, it puts you in a house, but you don't actually own the land, and you don't have a house that you can sell or anything like that. I'll explain more of what we're going to do on that map tomorrow in the episode when we actually get started on it. But it is going to be a super hardcore Let's Play, which means well, there's no missions because it's a forestry map. So there's no missions available anyway. I'll be playing in hard mode. I will be doing absolutely everything I can just about to make my life difficult. And that's what I did in the last playthrough. That's what we did in the other one when we had the super hardcore series on it was Pacific Inlet, wasn't it? And I had a lot of fun playing that, and a lot of you really enjoyed me doing that series. So, yeah, we're going back to that one. That starts tomorrow on a map called Boulder Canyon. There will be links provided once we get started on it. You can go and search, I think you can search Boulder Canyon on Facebook, but the link that I've been provided by the map creator is through Facebook. It does go through a secondary download party, but it's one of the better ones. So you do have to be careful when you're clicking on links and stuff. If you want to go and search it somewhere else on the internet, then by all means. But the map creator has asked me if I can use that particular link. It's clean. I didn't get anything dodgy coming up when I was trying to go through that link. So, yeah, I'm quite happy we'll go with that. And we'll just see how it progresses. If you do get any issues with that particular link, then let me know, and we'll see if we can come up with a better solution. We've done once around the edge of this field, and now we're just going to let the hired help carry on and do all the rest. There will be bits that we'll probably have to tidy up afterwards, again, which is a bit of a nuisance. Right, I want to go that way. There we go. Let's do it that way. We can easily get hold of this tractor now, and I can start unfolding. We can also go out here. I'm going to go to about that point, I think, so that we can get the weed, the weed killer, and I'm going to start. Right. I'm hoping... You look there. It's actually like going over where the fertilizer is. I think it's a preventative measure. If you spray the stuff on the field, I think it does actually work as a preventative as well as a cure. I'm not so sure about the rake and whether the weeders, whether or not you can go over and you can weed the fields in the first growth stage. So I think you can do it on this stage here and also this stage here, and you can remove the weeds. But what I'm not sure about is whether or not it actually works to stop the weeds from coming back later on. Because if it doesn't stop the weeds from coming back later on, there's literally no point whatsoever in using it. There's nothing to encourage you to use that whatsoever if it doesn't stop the weeds from coming back. So I'm sure somebody said that they've actually already gone and tested that, but I don't remember if it's how well it worked or not. But I'm pretty certain that this one does work as a good preventative measure. So we'll just let that come down there and we'll finish up. There we go. Right, I'll stop that. So we've done that first little bit. We're fast-forwarding time again. Great demand at the port grain elevator. What's it a great demand for, though? See? It's gone once around the edge there, and now he's busy doing his bit over there. Port grain elevator is a great demand for milk. $2,365 dollars per 1,000 litres. That's pretty good going. That's not bad. Not bad at all, actually. Eggs over here, 4,800 at the port grain. Port grain elevator is doing quite well at the moment. I'll ignore the rest. It's 5 o'clock now. Once it gets to 7 o'clock, then we can fast forward. That we can skip the night if we want to. I'm just going to drive that one down there. Stop you right there. Our water, so obviously our water situation is not ideal. This is not what we want on the water situation. The rest of it should, in theory, be okay. We look down here, and we've got 67 chickens in there. They're doing all right. We've got 219 chickens in here, hour and 15 minutes, their reproductive times. And these here are all on 2,975, so it's less than what we paid for them. Except for Tech Lime, and he's up at 27,000. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get to 7 o'clock, and then I'm going to skip right through the entire night. We haven't done anything to those horses at all. The groom should charge us. There we go, right. Slow time down. Now, the groom should charge us $300 per horse. So we've got 6 horses, which is $1,800 for the day for doing the charges. I don't know how that comes up. I think it just comes up under animal charges. So we'll skip 12 hours and we'll go to 7 a.m. We'll do it like that. 2,300, that should go through. Property maintenance, vehicle leasing, loan. Egg Lord, breed 100 chickens. We are the Egg Lord now. I said Chicken King for my last episode, but now we are the Egg Lord. So there is our horses. There is that one. He's busy working. He's got weeds, and he's also got, wow, oats growing over here with a load of weeds in them, and growing at a phenomenal rate. I'm overlapping ever so slightly. So it's busy deleting some of the oats that have already come ripe. We might not bother seeding that field properly, just because it might be a bit easier if we don't. I mean, you look at that. I'm thinking I probably won't bother seeding it properly. I'll probably just leave the bits at the end so that we can get straight in and we can harvest it all. Oh, now, we wanted to check these other bits. So we've got chickens here. We've got 232 chickens. 97 litres of eggs in there. I got 35 sheep now. Productivity is 100%. They're all at 100%. This one down here, we've got 71 chickens now in this pen. They're doing all right. The horses, they've now gone up to $7,900 each. Hay is all right. Oats is fine. Water and straw, they're doing all right as well. Tech Lime up here, he's on 63%. $32,000 horse. That's doing all right. I quite like that. So I am quite pleased with what we've got on there. Let's go over and have a look at our chickens. Just one last little check over here, and then we will wrap things up for today. Probably our next... Yeah, I thought that was... Yeah, they are coming out at a slightly funny angle. But, I mean, they're doing all right in here. We're doing all right. We've got 232. Still an hour and 15 minutes for each new chicken. These down... What did I say these are? These are 3.5 hours. I'm wondering if that will speed up eventually, or if an hour and 15 minutes is kind of the top rate. I'm guessing the egg production rate will increase, but that's why I want the skid steer. I'm also curious to find out if we are, once we get a skid steer and we're able to start loading up these boxes of eggs. Oh, we did miss a little bit. We missed a little tiny bit with the weeds right there around that edge. The rest of it came out all right. I think there's a little patch up there as well that we missed. But yeah, we'll worry about skid steers and stuff next time. So if you've enjoyed this episode, then please hit down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.